I grabbed onto a rusty steel bar, nearly falling from a 3,000-meter signal tower. I pulled myself together and kept climbing, never noticing that the stairs were already corroded, and even the screws were loose and shaking. I don't know how long it took, but eventually I reached a small platform. That wasn't the final goal. I looked up at the tip of the tower. That was the limit I wanted to conquer. When I started climbing the last ladder, a fear I'd never felt before washed over me. Part of me wanted to give up, but the safety rope was connected to my best friend. I had to keep moving forward so I wouldn't drag her down with me. At last, we made it to the very top. In that moment, it felt like the whole world was beneath our feet. We pulled out our phones to take pictures, and she even dangled by one arm, pushing herself to the extreme. But just as we prepared to climb back down, disaster struck. Thankfully... Thankfully, she managed to save me, but we lost the ladder. Our backpack with food and water also slipped and landed on the satellite dish below. We were now trapped at the top. I tried to use my phone to call for help, but at 3,000 meters high, there was no signal at all. So we placed the phones inside our shoes and threw them down, each loaded with a pre-written message for help. The plan was that as the phones fell, the signal might catch and send the message. But time passed and no one came. That's when we discovered a small box at the top. Inside was a telescope and a flare gun. Our chances of rescue suddenly seemed higher. Soon she spotted a man through the telescope. We shouted with all our strength, but he couldn't hear us and simply walked away. That night, we fired the flare into the sky and flashed our flashlights at the tower's tip. Two men finally noticed us. For a moment, we thought we were saved. But instead, they stole our car and drove away. Despair hit harder than ever. More than 10 hours passed. Our bodies were already severely dehydrated. If we couldn't find a way down soon, we would only grow weaker and weaker.